remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Say, oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I'd like to now ask the students doing the international welcome to come forward.
नमस्कार। इस 2013 वर्ष के स्नातक दिवस समारोह में आप सभी का स्वागत है। धन्यवाद।
Добрый день и добро пожаловать на выпускной 2013 года.
欢迎各位来参加2013年毕业典礼。
Bonjour et bienvenue à la remise des diplômes de l'année 2013.
Χαίρετε και καλώς ορίσατε στο 2013 ασκήσεις αποφοίτηση.
Boa tarde. Sejam bem-vindos à formatura de 2013.
Bine ați venit la ceremonia 2010 d'après-midi.
Noswaith da a croeso I 2013 ymaferion gradio.
Thank you to Jen Moss and the Acton Boxborough Concert Band, as well as to the members of the senior class who performed our national anthem, and to our seniors who offered the international welcome. Good evening, or afternoon, and welcome to the Acton Boxborough Regional High School Class of 2013 graduation exercises. As principal, it is my pleasure to welcome you all here on this beautiful day. Now, I know that the excitement of these festivities comes not with my speech, but I do want to use my prerogative as principal to say a few words to the class. One of the things that people who have been educators for a long time come to notice is that senior classes have personalities. This year's senior class could not be more different from last year's, and that one was entirely different from the one the year before. Some are funny, some are intense, some are naughty. Oftentimes, that reputation has been carefully honed since kindergarten, as teachers through the years say things like, "Oh, you're going to love them," or "Watch out for that crew." What I've heard from your teachers, class of 2013, is that you are an absolutely lovable bunch. Kind-hearted, generous, sweet. We have seen it in a number of ways. A few teachers have noted that they experienced your kindness when they were going through a difficult time, the death of a parent or the sickness of a sibling. Others have simply noted that you are nice to each other, extending yourselves in ways that are almost old-fashioned. A bench of teachers have mentioned your propensity to thank them as you walk out of their class. The team of teachers judging this year's senior speeches were all taken by the generous and thankful tone that pervaded so many of your pieces. Many of us with senior advisories have talked about how enjoyable we have found our time with you. And then there are the things you have done to make the school a better place, implementing a recycling and composting program in the cafeteria, serving as ambassadors to younger students, organizing healthy and safe events for your peers, extending compliments to each other using the now ubiquitous AB compliments page. Now, I'm not saying that everything you have done has been angelic. Certainly our assistant principals, and probably more than a few parents, would dispute that. However, even in the wake of your mistakes, your benevolence has shone through. As the great majority of you accepted responsibility, apologized, and demonstrated to everyone that you didn't want to be defined by those missteps. Here's what's interesting to me about this reputation you have built for yourself, class of 2013. You're not supposed to be like this. The so-called millennial generation, the popular press has you pegged as a group of self-centered, reward-seeking, boundaryless twerps typing away on your iPhones, never looking at each other or your elders in the eye, sitting around waiting for trophies you didn't earn. And to tell you the truth, who could blame you if you were a little like that? There are the pressures of technology. Not only are you expected to be hip, funny, and put together all day at school, but you now need to hone this online persona that shows a perfect life to anybody and everybody. There is little room for weakness. And then there is the horrific fact that your childhood has been bookended by tragedy. You started first grade in September 2001, just days before 9/11, and now are graduating just weeks after the Boston bombings. It would be understandable if you were jaded and cynical, if you stared into your iPhones instead of your friends' eyes. But that's not you. You have chosen to navigate these difficult waters with optimism, kindness, and warmth. One of the things I love about high school is that although it encapsulates such a very brief period of your life, it's an incredibly formative time. You know, without me saying it, how much you have grown over the past 4 years, how who you are as a person has been informed by your high school experiences. So here is what I would like to ask of you, class of 2013. Use these years. When you look back at your time here at AB, I hope that beyond the funny moments, the successes, the state titles, the hard classes, the prom, the performances, the tough tests, the wonderful teachers, the trips to Five Guys and Kimball's, you will remember the kindness you extended to each other, your teachers, and this community. And even more, I hope you will carry forward that generosity to wherever you land next. The world has enough cynicism. We need your good hearts. The ability to make a place better as a result of your presence and attitude is a talent. As a class, that is the impact you have had on our school community. I hope that each of you will go forward and spread that kindness elsewhere. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first senior speaker of the afternoon, Brian Lai.
Quiet. Quiet, or you won't hear. You can't hear others when you're speaking for yourself. But I have always listened. I have heard my teachers. I have soaked in their words. I have sat through my classes completely silent as my friends poured out their thoughts. Welcome to the life of a high school introvert. For 4 years, I've sat and I've listened, and I've enjoyed it. To be honest, I'd much rather be sitting right back there listening to someone else speak. But the truth of the matter is that I am standing And as I stand, I feel a nervous tug at the pit of my stomach. It tugs at me partly because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to stand here and speak to so many when I've said so little to only a few. But I also know that this anxiety stems from a deeper fear, a fear of the regret that I would feel if I did not speak up now and let myself be heard. So let me start by telling you a secret. Let me tell you a secret, mother, father. Do you remember those dinner time conversations when I would complain about the workload my teachers were giving me? You told me that I was too young to see it, that I couldn't possibly know of the opportunities this school was giving me. And I told you time and time again that you couldn't understand this pressure that I was under, what it was like to be a student at AB. And the truth is that you didn't, and you still don't. But the greater truth is that you never needed to. Because even though I rejected your consolations, in my mind, I found myself trusting you, trusting in your words, trusting that you put me in a school that would help me grow. And I did. I worked harder and succeeded in ways that I never thought I could. So thank you. And let me tell you a secret, lab partner. Do you remember those late nights writing up those reports? Do you remember how we said we hated them, how we hated the class, how we despised the teacher for cursing us? The truth is that I lied. Because I cannot look you in the eye right now and tell you that I hated those moments because I was too busy loving them. I love the time that you were forced to share with me. I learned things about you that I never would have learned if I hadn't stayed up with you, suffered with you. You showed me that you cared about your work and that you cared about mine. And in this almost hostile academic environment, you chose not to push me down, but to pull me along with you. And through it all, you showed me what it was like to work with a peer, with a friend. So thank you. Let me tell you a secret, teacher. I have always feared you. I have feared your ability to test me, to push me to work for something more than I'm comfortable with, to make me speak in class. And now I find myself remembering the days when you came rushing into class in a terrible mood, wishing that you didn't have to deal with the hundreds of students that you're burdened with. I was afraid, because you can be pretty scary when you're grumpy. But let me tell you, I do not associate you with those moments, because deep down, I already know that you are as soft as Jell-O on the inside, and it is not your goal to hurt me. I feared you like I would fear my mother or my father when I misbehaved. I do not remember your acts of kindness as easily, because it has been something that I've taken for granted since day one, something that you show so often that I've grown numb to it. Your compassion always extended not only to my academics, but also to my life at home. And now that I think back, I can see that you brightened my days much more than you darkened them, that you extended my deadlines much more often than you didn't. And not only did you care, your sense of humor always made it that much easier to make it through the school day. And it let me know that the one standing in front of me, teaching me, was a friend. So thank you. And let me tell you a secret, Mrs. Lunch Lady. At first, I started thanking you because I thought that if I did, you would remember my face and give me more fries the next time I came around. I was a growing boy. But as I watched you over 4 years, I noticed something. I noticed that some days you were there and you were cranky, crabby. But I noticed that every day you were there. And I know that we don't exchange much, and that we only spend a fleeting moment of each day together. A brief, you're all set, and thanks. But it seems weird to me now that it has never even occurred to me once to find out your name. But even though I do not know that name, know that you have become a part of this school to me, a part of my life here at AB, a part of my comfort. So thank you, a genuine thank you. And let me tell you a secret, Mr. Custodian. One day during freshman year, I borrowed a mop from your office to clean the floor of the breakdance club. Unfortunately, I left early that day and I forgot to return it. The next time I asked you, you made a witty comment poking fun at me. And from that day on, I never gathered the courage to go back there. I don't know if you've forgotten the incident, or if you've forgiven me, or if you've never bore a grudge at all. But it warms my heart when I'm dancing in the commons after school, and you come around the corner to turn the lights on for me when it gets dark, and I don't even have to ask you. I know it's just a small action, and maybe it's only because it's your job, but thank you. See, these past 4 years have gone so fast that they've begun to blur. But even though they blur, I know that I won't forget. I won't forget because I have been listening. In my silence, I've heard stories of success, of failure, of great heroism, and of great irresponsibility. But underneath it all, I heard a story of growth. The growth of individuals, the growth of the student body, the growth of the faculty. It was the growth of this school. And intertwined with it all was a story of my own growth. So thank you for giving me something so wonderful to listen to. And thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Brian. I'd now like to have our senior class leaders come forward to recognize our retiring faculty members. I also invite Susan Atwater Rhodes, Lainey Jerome, and Annie Kingen to join them at the podium.
On June 24th, Peter Colby is retiring after a 43-year career in industry and education. Raised in Western Massachusetts and a graduate of the University of Vermont and holder of an MBA from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, Peter served in upper management with Coca-Cola and Very Fine for nearly 37 years before moving to education. A nearly lifelong resident of Acton, Peter and his wife, Linda, raised 3 children in the community and have always had a strong interest in community service. Peter joined the ABRHS staff as a substitute in 2005 and then became a full-time member of the Social Studies Department in 2007. With the coming of retirement, Peter plans to keep busy and active, pursuing his lifelong passions of hiking and skiing, as well as antique car restoration. During his beverage years, he acquired an interest in collecting soft drink memorabilia such as outdoor signage, point-of-sale promotional material, and old training manuals. He will also spend time managing several investment properties. Best of luck to Peter as he leaves AB.
Unfortunately, Senora Michelson is not able to be here this afternoon. But just the same, we have some words of appreciation to say about her. Senora Michelson, with 32 years of teaching experience, has taught Spanish to decades of students and to many of us, helping strengthen our language skills and advancing our cultural appreciation. She has written many college recommendations for us and prior students and has shared her insight regarding life's lessons. She has been committed to the students and community of Acton-Boxborough, living in the community and having 2 sons who graduated from AB. Some of you may have run into her in the gym, where she is the person on the treadmill, trying to balance papers she is correcting while covering some serious mileage. Senora Michelson supports her students in many ways, and she does so quietly, without fanfare, and happily. She has been teaching at AB since 1991. In her own words, she says, "I am proud of the accomplishments of my students, and I am happy to have served a great and supportive community." She wishes her students well and asks that they keep in touch and keep AB informed of all the wonderful things that they will accomplish in their lives. We thank Senora Michelson for her dedicated service as a teacher and wish her the best in retirement. Hired in 1997 to survey the district's school-to-career programs, Ms. Kingen has worked to develop connections and partnerships between the schools, businesses, and the community. Her work has provided students from 3rd grade to 12th grade with experiences of the real world by bringing professionals into classrooms and bringing students into workplaces for a morning, a day, and more. Among seniors, however, Ms. Kingen is best known for teaming with Ms. Hammond on the Senior Internship Program, which gives seniors the opportunity to spend the last 3 weeks of school working with professionals in their chosen career area. Since the internship program began in 1998, over 540 seniors have worked at nearly 250 sites. Everything from accounting to zoology, criminal justice, architecture, software development, and more. This year, 54 members of the class of the 2013 had internship experiences, many of which were pivotal in the decisions about their future. So, can all of the seniors who did a senior internship this year please stand for a moment to thank Ms. Kingen for her work in this area? You can sit. Ms. Kingen's high standards, dedication to students, and the work she has done building community connections to benefit the schools has made a positive difference at AB and the other schools in the districts. She will be missed, but the programs and approaches she has developed here will live on. So thank you, Ms. Kingen.
Ms. Atwater Rhodes, could you please come up here?
Are you in trouble?
No. Nope. Mrs. Atwater Rhodes came to AB in 1990 as a special educator with previous experience working with developmentally delayed children and young adults. After a period as interim special education coordinator, she moved into the role of assistant principal, a position she has held for 19 years. In addition to working closely with the students in her assigned classes each year, she has had responsibility at various times for the building maintenance, the student handbook, student assistance team, the phys ed department, and MCAS, on which she is the resident expert. At strategic times during the year, her office is piled with the organized paperwork for each round of testing. Students are prepared, parents are informed, the school schedule is modified, rooms are assigned, teachers are trained as proctors, special testing accommodations for students who need them are set up, and the testing materials all get to the right place at the right time. And then there are the makeup tests for students who are sick on testing days and the submission of all the materials. Mrs. Atwater Rhodes has it down to a science, but it takes an enormous amount of work each time. For several years, Mrs. Atwater Rhodes chaired the school's Voice, VOICE committee, which worked on creating an inclusive and caring environment in the school. Other committees over the years also benefited from her vision, her leadership, and her down-to-earth approach. Mrs. Atwater Rhodes helped create the school's first safety committee and built good working relationships with the Acton Police and Fire departments. Throughout the years, she has been the champion of the underserved student. As an advocate for students, she has problem-solved, encouraged, and cared for students in need of assistance, all the while holding them accountable and helping them to earn their diplomas. The faculty knows her as the first person to arrive every morning and as a trusted professional with special strengths and skills. Next year, she hopes to devote more time to her family, her dogs, and her gardens. We wish her the best in retirement. Thank you very much, Mrs. Atwater Rhodes.
I would like to ask Lainey Jerome to please step forward. It's hard to imagine how AB would run after Lainey Jerome retires. Yes, she is Lainey to students and faculty alike. She is involved in so many things that shape a student's experience at the high school. Senior events like Senior Dress-Up Day, the prom, the senior outing, Principals Advisory Committee meetings, and graduation, and other things from student elections to the Campus Monitor program, from after-school testing to Lost and Found. What most of us don't know was that Lainey was hired back in 1984 as an aide in the Occupational Development Program and worked with vocational programs in special education for 9 years, where a love of students and down-to-earth approach touched so many students and their families. In 1994, Lainey moved into school administration with the challenge of building a positive school climate at AB. She has helped to creatively manage space issues within the building, which led her to her designation as the primary liaison with the building committee, beginning in 2003. In this role, Lainey displayed a gathered information from all departments, programs, and other school personnel, participated in every planning meeting, and followed through to be sure everything was carried through to completion. Lainey's attention to detail and commitment ensured that the entire project of expanding and renovating the high school was seamless and not one day of instruction was lost throughout the 2-year construction period. Since then, Lainey has continued to oversee a multitude of programs and services. She was instrumental in working with students and administrators to develop the Privilege Program, giving students increasing responsibility and independence as they neared graduation. She has also worked closely with class and student council and other advisors and student leaders on extracurricular events and activities. If you want to know how to plan a prom, just ask Lainey. Students and faculty alike have found Lainey a warm friend and advocate and a great listener. She will sorely be missed at the high school, but her influence will be felt for many years to come. We wish Lainey many years of relaxing and enjoyable retirement.
Good afternoon. I have the great privilege of presenting the William Ryan Community Service Awards. Will Dave and Heather Wilson please come forward? Heather, you first. As an AB parent and teacher at the McCarthy Town School, Heather Wilson has been an influential presence in our community. From the late 90s, when she volunteered on the Space Committee, helping to manage the growing student population in the McCarthy Town building, to her years serving on the school council and chairing several successful fundraising auctions, Heather's knowledge and commitment to our schools have been invaluable. As her children grew, Heather's reach expanded to the junior high drama program, where she produced the junior high musicals Honk and Susical, and spent many afternoons painting high school sets and prepping for cast parties. This year, she is co-chair of the Soccer Boosters, providing key support for team activities. In so many ways, Heather has put her heart into the community, working as a parent and teacher for all of our children to make their school experience rich and memorable. Heather, congratulations. Acton-Boxborough was also very fortunate to benefit from the many talents of Dave Wilson. Dave is perhaps best known for his volunteer leadership role in the Friends of Leary Field and much more recently, the Friends of the Lower Fields projects. These projects brought to our town high-quality playing fields to be enjoyed by all Acton and Boxborough youth and many adults. As a key leader of the projects, Dave was instrumental in bringing together the varied interest groups and managing differing viewpoints. Throughout the process, he was commended for always keeping as his focus the best interests of the youth of both of our towns. Known to many as Mr. Soccer, Dave has coached 8 years of ABRHS and served as organization president. He has also been a steadfast presence in the drama department, building sets for 10 years of musicals at the junior high and high school. We are so pleased to honor his dedication to the young people of Acton and Boxborough who will benefit from his service for years to come. Congratulations, Dave. Will Lisa Sue please come forward? Lisa Sue has served as a volunteer in many capacities throughout her years as an Acton Boxborough school parent. For the past 6 years, Lisa has ably served as treasurer of the Acton Boxborough Friends of Music. This is a large job in itself, but Lisa also took on managing the Friends of Music contact lists, organizing volunteers, helping at car washes, serving as chaperone for many department events, and volunteering countless other tasks. When her children were young, Lisa served for 10 years on the Gates School PTSO, where she organized a script gift card program, served as auction treasurer, and volunteered weekly in the library, among many other tasks. All who know her say that wherever there is a need, Lisa readily steps in, takes on the responsibility with extraordinary competence and a generous spirit of giving, never looks for any recognition or thanks. It is this selfless attitude that makes her a true gift to the community, and it's our pleasure to honor Lisa today. Congratulations, Lisa. The other kids? Will Lynn Hughes please come forward? Many of us have admired the beautiful flowers on the high school campus, although few of us have known who has been behind these gardens. For the past 7 years, in a most quiet way, unassuming way, Lynn Hughes has tended the high school gardens and flower pots, planting in the spring and fall, watering throughout the hot summer months. Lynn's volunteer service to our schools started when her first child enrolled at the Blanchard School, and she quietly stepped in to tend their gardens. Inside the school, she was a key volunteer, supporting teachers and organizing classrooms, chaperoning trips, sometimes even delivering surprise popsicles on a hot day. Today, in addition to tending the flowers at the high school, she can still be found at Blanchard, making sure the gardens there are ready to welcome the next generation of children. We are pleased to honor Lynn, who shows us how to make our community a better place, one flower, one kind gesture at a time. Congratulations, Lynn. It's my honor at this time to ask a graduating senior to come forward. Avishi Gupta has a few statements to make.
Good afternoon. Over the past 4 years, I have had the honor of getting to know our principal, Dr. Callan, and this afternoon, I have the privilege of speaking about her. On behalf of the class of 2013, I am proud to say that we had, simply put, the best principal ever. I know the list of Dr. Callan's contributions to the school is lengthy and impressive, but I'd like to speak about what makes her unique. Dr. Callan cared about us, about each of the students, and really took the time to work with us rather than to just dictate. Her utmost support and confidence in the students and her sincere desire to know each one of us has helped us make the most of our time at Acton Boxborough. Dr. Callan has not only continuously supported me, but also the entire class in our efforts to make the best of our high school experience. She supported my effort on student council to host the first ladies football game since 1990, and supported the class leaders in their effort to hold the annual Mr. AB male beauty pageant. By allowing such risky events, to say the least, she really demonstrated her trust in the student body and helped us create some of the most valuable memories of our high school career. Dr. Callan was approachable and made sure to work with the students in a way that would allow us to progress. Without this trust and this working relationship, we'd still be stuck hosting events that we had to beg our classmates to attend. Although it is impossible for a principal to get to know every single one of these almost 500 students personally, she got pretty close. She took the effort to interact with us, the student body, at any opportunity available. Whether it was through a comforting email after a tragedy, or a quick message on the announcements, just letting us know what's up. Dr. Callan made sure to reach out to the students. She even comforted me through the madness of the college experience that my classmates behind me know all too well, and took the time to say hi every time we passed in the hallway. Her genuine concern for the students was additionally apparent by her presence at so many different events. She disproves the stereotypical principal, a mere figurehead at large gatherings who only otherwise interacts with the students who get in trouble. I've seen her cheering on the girls' field hockey team in the bitter cold, celebrating a victory at the Thanksgiving football game, watching PC musicals, serving breakfast on Community Service Day, and congratulating individuals on awards night. She's always there, not just supervising, but walking around and personally greeting us. She wasn't there to tell us what not to do. She was there to celebrate with us. And here she is, once again, celebrating with us this milestone we as a class have achieved in our lives. So Dr. Callan, on behalf of the class of 2013 and the rest of the AB community, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done for the school over the past 5 years. I wish you the best of luck in Washington and in your future career. But most importantly, I'd like to say, we'll miss you. AB just won't be the same when you're gone. Thank you.
Now we get to listen to a beautiful musical number to be performed by John Shaffery, Ryan LaForest, Andrew Hurley, Michael Sue, Chris Roman, and Bradley Latandras.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam, and may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home, and may you grow to be proud, dignified and true, and do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond, and may you never love in vain, and in my heart you will remain forever young, forever young, forever. ransom of a lifetime no one could ever tell. But whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young,
Many thanks to the band. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Julie Merchant for our second senior speech.
Dear AB, Class of 2013, you are welcome. Sincerely, Acton Boxborough Regional High School. What is going on here? Do we not usually write a thank you note before receiving a response? Hold on. Does anyone even write thank you letters anymore? Has modern society substituted them for thank you emails, texts, tweets? Or do the many aspects of our lives for which we feel thankful go unknown, floating as unexpressed bundles of unrealized gratitude within us? But we say to ourselves, everyone will understand. People know I lead a busy life. Well, today we indeed remain busy. We have quite a lot on our minds. Some of us may worry about leaving home and going wherever we may be headed. Some of us may fear the uncertainty of this destination. Some of us can only focus on the concentration we will need not to trip as we accept our diplomas momentarily. Regardless, AB, you have provided us with so much for which we ought to feel grateful. Thank you, AB, for guiding our way the past 4 years. We owe our fortitude, our characters, our uniqueness, in part, to you. You have watched us grow and develop physically, but even more so, emotionally. How do you feel now, having watched us enter your doors 4 years ago? How timid, how small did we look? Did you laugh as we roamed your halls, wearing our skinny jeans and silly bands, trying to memorize which halls are which and which colors signify what and which staircase to avoid because it teams with seniors? So thank you for your patience. We may scoff now as we watch seemingly minuscule freshmen wander aimlessly through the halls, only in pursuit of a bathroom. But you know that we stood in their place once. You know our secret. And still, you keep quiet, letting us deny that we were ever so vulnerable. Because today, we feel quite the opposite. Today we stand here, most definitely, more physically muscular. We have experienced 4 years of soccer practice and musical rehearsals and pacer prep to strengthen us. But even more powerful, thanks to you, we now possess stronger brains. You have formed billions of synaptic connections within our cerebral neurons, such that we know what that sentence means. We remember in what year the Battle of Hastings occurred. We can paraphrase any passage of Shakespeare you throw at us. And thanks to you, we also know how competitively fast Mrs. Maddox's history classes can recite the preamble, how a math class with Mr. Noeth can enhance our day in both the most intense and the most hysterical manner, how Mrs. Anthony's snow dances in English class never fail to bring us a coveted snow day. And then furthermore, thanks to you, we have learned the true way to measure our self-worth, not by grades received, nor by likes on Facebook or Instagram achieved, but by the feelings realized when we make our teachers, our families, and most importantly, ourselves proud. Thank you, AB, for also pushing us to become better individuals beyond the academic realm. You support countless clubs and activities at the school, run by teachers and students alike. You foster an extensive community service outreach amongst your students, but never require such acts of kindness. You sustain an ambassadors program to ease adjustment into the new school, and this commitment grows every year. You took a risk by initiating advisories to strengthen our communication, and this measure took a positive step towards your goal. But then again, thank you, AB, for consistently remaining open to improvement. You acknowledge your shortcomings, and then you take input from every area of your community to work towards a better coming year. Your anti-bullying curriculum may still call for refinement, but you must take pleasure in the change you have instigated, as your students have taken initiatives leading to our own AB Compliments Facebook page and kind statements on Post-it notes popping up all over the school. And within our own years here, we have already seen so much change. We have PIN numbers for buying food, personal school email addresses, and those lovely late start days. Thank you, AB, for housing an incredible administration group that implements such change. A group, not to mention, full of individuals always eager to sit in on our classes. Perhaps the most enthusiastic was Dr. Callan herself, who, although leaving at the close of this school year, we feel proud to say we had the privilege of knowing for our entire high school career. AB, there lies one aspect within your domain for which I personally thank you. You sustain an unbelievable support system. You both keep an eye on anyone who needs help and provide the necessary assistance. Your network extends deeper and further than any of us know. I know perhaps more than others because I've spent my share of time in the counseling center. But AB, you stand out not just with your stellar counseling department. I cherish your teachers, your community, your environment itself. For the second half of my junior year, I dealt with a series of events that told me that my daddy would not be here to see me today. But you, AB, helped me come to terms with this fact. You became my refuge. You not only serve as a distraction for us, but also let us immerse ourselves in everything you have to offer. Your classes keep us interested, your work keeps us busy, your activities keep us healthy. You possess so many individuals with whom we can and do talk about anything we need. You care about us. This support is all that I needed, and it is exactly what you gave me. I will forever feel grateful to you, because rather than identify you as another stressful constituent of the most difficult time of my life to date, I look at you not just as the location in which I have spent the majority of my teenage years, nor as simply my place of secondary education, but as my safe haven. AB, over the past year, I have received hundreds of sympathy cards for my loss. When I read them, or simply see them, or just think of them, my first feeling deals with a memory of compassion, and my second with a twinge of guilt. Because even after all the kind, wonderful, comforting words I have read and reread, I myself have not written a single thank you note back. How can this be, Am I a terrible person? I could sit down and write a note and think, better late than never. But there lies a more important question. If I failed to write a thank you card, does this lack of action mean that I am not thankful? No. We must remind ourselves of the purpose of a thank you note. Gratitude. We must remember the way heartfelt words should truly make us feel. Grateful. We must not live remorsefully, but rather the best way of all, gratefully. The comforting words of family, friends, and strangers have changed my world for the better, just as you, AB, have changed ours. But just as my circumstances prevent me from writing thank you notes, so there lies an incongruity in our grade writing a palpable material card to you. Is this okay? William Arthur Ward, an inspirational author, once said, "Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it." And this certainly holds true. We should, of course, express our gratitude to others when we can. But let us first express it to ourselves. AB, you have given us so much. We have stronger muscles, brains, and hearts. We have such intangibles within us as empathy and humility and self-awareness and morality and knowledge. We have the skills to walk so much further than the steps across this stage. Just as I view my situation, I like to believe that if there were practicality in our writing you a thank you note, we would do so. But the idea that we write a note is not so important as that we feel the gratitude itself. Now, I understand that some of my fellow classmates may, in this moment, disagree with me. Some may still harbor resentments towards theorems memorized, or bell systems changed, or a certain varsity basketball game against a certain town on a certain February night. But in time, the positives will come to outweigh such negatives. More and more of us will realize all that AB has bestowed upon us, for which we should feel thankful. The essence to grasp extends so much deeper than let us not take anything for granted. Yes, we often do fail to realize the truly important aspects of our lives until they become parts of our past. And yes, this will most likely be the nature of our sentiments towards you, AB. But realizing our gratitude can open us to a wonderful world because thankfulness enhances our humanity. This new awareness does not have to be now, and it need not come all at once. But I feel confident that we will all reach this insight eventually, such that someday there will exist a collective conceptual note which reads, "Dear Acton-Boxborough Regional High School, thank you for everything. Sincerely, your class of 2013.
Good evening. Good afternoon, I should correct. I'm Bill Noeth, Chairman of the Math Department. I'd like to introduce my fellow department leaders, Diane Talicki, English Department, and Pam Lynn, Social Studies Department. We're here this afternoon to present the awards to this year's class scholars. Earning the status of class scholar at Acton-Boxborough is a tremendous accomplishment, considering the strong academic abilities and performance of the members of the class of 2013. As I call your name, we would ask that you line up on my right to receive your award from Ms. Talicki or Ms. Lynn. Lucy Rong Chai. Timothy Cox. Olivia DeRocher. Amelia Feinberg Eddy. Jacob Johnson. Matthew Linden. Julie Merchant. Ariel Tian. Jenna Zhang. Peter Zuckerman. Congratulations to all of you.
It is now the time we've all been waiting for. I'd like to ask everybody involved in the conferring of the diplomas to come forward.
Is this good for you, Ryan? Yeah. Want to take your sunglasses off or no? Lucy Chai. Tim Cox. Olivia DeRochers. Amelia Feinberg Eddy. Jacob Johnson. Matthew Linden. Julie Merchant. Ariel Tian. Jenna Zhang. Peter Zuckerman. Brian Lai. Ruth Guan. David Zhao. Haley Burns. Sarah Kate Davidson Catalano. Jeremy Abreu. Zachary Adgate. Catherine Allen. John Alred. Michael Altieri. Stephen Altieri. Michael Amato. Carly Antonoli. Adam Applemans. Anastasia Armstrong. Matthew Armengo. Meghana Arvind. Alexandra Avisis. Dory Baddix. Bikram Bajwa. Keith Baker. Murillo Balbio. Anna Baranova. Benjamin Barnard. Stephen Barnard. Ryan Barrett. Andrew Bartow. Morgan Baum. Adrian Bierman. Michael Behan. John Bellotti. Andrew Bells. Blake Bentley. Vanessa Bernal. Jordan Berry. Emma Bethel. Haley Bettinson.
Maxwell Bieber. Tyler Billings. Nina Binns. Samantha Berksack. Samuel Bloom. Sarah Bloomstone. Sebastian Bludow. Connor Bachhoven. Paul Bombara. Kelsey Bourne. Talia Bracamonte Moreno. Macklin Brackwine. Frederico Braz. Elizabeth Brew. Kevin Brogy. Amanda Brown. Melissa Brown. Marissa Bryant. Peter Bryson. Morgan Bullpin. Adam Burak. Stephanie Burney. Jamie Burns. Kendall Butler. Evan Callahan. Michelle Calvert. Joling Campo. Taylor Campabasso. Jacqueline Canarazzi. Madeline Carey. Elise Carmesino. Delaney Carroll. David Castaneda. Serena Cates. Amartya Chakraborty. Bhavana Chalupati. Stephanie Chan. Christine Chang. Jacob Chapin. Andrew Chen. Howard Chen. Jennifer Chen. Catherine Chen. Larry Chen. Lindsay Chen. Selena Chen. Hayshawn Cho. Joseph Christmas. Patrick Christmas. Corey Church. John Sinkalik. Eduardo Cintron. Kevin Clark. Akash Claypool. Martin Comjean.
Edrin Kasasa. Daniel Katabi. Aditya Kadragada. Kavyashri Katugam. Brian Kelly. Rebecca Kelmar. Nikita Khan. David Kiernicki. John Kilpatrick IV. Michael Kilpatrick. Youngmin Kim. Heather King. Abigail Kittredge. Matthew Kokonos. Connor Kolb. Trevor Kononenko. Daria Kostakina. Georgiana Koropinos. Frederick Cronenwet. Jason Koo. Daria Karenkov. Tiffany LaPierre. Gregory LeBeau. Yada Lacerda. Ryan LaForest. Allison Lay. Rachel Lamb. Julia Larson. Bradley Latendresse. Samuel Laughlin. Vanessa Lee. Vivian Lee. Wei-San Lee. Christy Leslie. Nicole Leslie. Adam Levine. Brian Lee. Phoebe Liang. Rachel Liba. Sarah Liebman. Embert Lin. Ian Lin. Stephanie Lin. Daniel Linker. Elliot Littlefield. Luke Liu. Kathy Liu. Kang Liu. Billy Ma. Sarah Ma. Jacob Magasanik. Emily Macris. Jasmine Mohari. Rachel Malloy. Mihir Mantaraju. Jason Mandel. Tanvir Mangat. Deepak Mani. James Manners. Wenting Mao. Adrian Moranin. Kimberly Marion. Kara Matheson. Ian Maxwell. Ethan McCall. Amanda McCarthy. Samuel McCormick. Brian McDonough. Michael McGahan. Sean McGavick. Erin McLaughlin. David Meshison. Catherine Miller. Timothy Montella. Otavio Moraes. Kevin Morris. Rebecca Mullen. Kavitha Muraladaran. Michael Murphy. Sean Murphy. Dana Musto. Zoe Myers. Ashika Nagarajan. Ryan Naraji. Sharantan Nioji. Margaret Nero. Jasmine Ing, excuse me. Commander Gu. Claire Norman. Matthew O'Brien. Ryan O'Neill. Kara O'Reilly. May U. Kakra O2. Panyan O2. Julia Pai. Meta Pandy. Michael Pantano.
Yeah. You know which one it's on, right? It's the last day of H, the last H, right? Can you ask him if it's the last H or not? Last G? Yeah.
Ryan Connery. Margaret Conway. Lucy Cooper Hauser. Emily Karachi. Claire Cote. Paul Cottenham. Thomas Cotter. Savannah Crabe. Declan Crooks. Catherine Curran. Courtney Curry. Kayla Sears. Benjamin Danzig. Ashley Dauphiné. Rachel Davidson. Amanda Davies. Liza Davis Brown. Christine Davis. Liza Dolly. Hannah Dawson. Lucy Dawson. Kendra Day. Jillian D. Dominic DeFuria. Daisy Delala. Alana Delaney. Justin Dempsey. Ryan Denson. Anderson Diaz. Megan Deatley. Patrick DiPaolo. Devin Dirick. Kimberly Dixon. Andrew Delp. Monique Doucette. Camille Duquette. Charlotte Duquette. Emma Duquette. Stephanie Dutton. David Zgoyev. Catherine Edmonds. Seamus Ehrenfried. Emma Eliason. Sarah Eliason. Corinne Elliconi. Charles L. Curry. Joanne Erickson. Joseph Yulee. Juan Feria. James Farley. Jack Fenton. Tracy Ferreira. Sean Findlin. David Fink. Molly Fink. Devin Finnegan. Phoebe Finneran. Gina Finnerty. Garrett Fitzgerald. James Fletcher. Tyler Fletcher. Joshua Fontaine. Rachel Fontaine. Taylor Fontaine. Kyle Foote. Nicholas Ferrand. Colleen Fowler. Maya Friedrich. John Froberg. Kayla Gallagher. Courtney Gambone. Margaret Gow. Griffin Gatley. Sean Geckler. Rosemary Geist. Andrew Geller. Troy Gilfix. Forrest Gill. Anna Gerard. Catherine Ganal. Gabriela Gonzalez. Megan Goodemote. Stephen Goodwin. Shauna Goulet, Adam Gracely, Hannah Graney, Elisa Grappa, Brittany Green, Anne Greenspan, Nicholas Griffiths, Alexei Gritze, Katrina Gross, Andy Gu, Avishi Gupta, Kanav Gupta, Swarnendu Gupta, Matthew Guzzardi, Jillian Hammer, Matthew Hamway, Alexis Handelman, Anne-Marie Hanna, Maura Harrison, Brian Hart, William Hartman, Brooke Hatanaka, Peter Haviland, Spencer Hearn, Emily Hedison, Shari Heller, Corey Hennessy, Alexander Hetherington, Shinya Hirata, Christopher Hobson, Jeremy Hobson, Kristen Hoggins, Haley Halloran, Anthony Huhulis, Bethany Reinowich, Charles Hu, Chelsea Hu, Geo Hewitt, Rachel Hughes, Andrew Hurley, Kevin Immerman, Narain Inukoti, William Jackman, Clark Jacobson, Maria Jarashchuk, Saketh Jayanthi, Ambra Jeanson, Lucy Jensen, Colby Johnson, Reed Jordan, Daniel Joyce, Alexis Judd.
Himani Parekh, Joey Peduto, Jessica Penny, Chelsea Pereira, Joao Pereira, John Perry, Luciana Petku, Daniel Peters, Haley Petratus, Rose Petrosino, Kirsten Pfister. Brian Phelan. James Phillips. Matthew Phillips. Timothy Phillips. Brian Pierce. Christopher Post. Dikshant Pradhan. David Quantrell. Rosemary Quinn. Gregory Rockman. Nevada Ram. Arun Ramachandran. Stephanie Ramos. Lyra Rashbaum. Max Rasmussen. Ethan Raymond. Nikhil Reddy. Ethan Rito. Ashley Ruther. Sonia Richmond. Robert Ringwall. Matthew Roberts. Lauren Roach. Yuri Rodriguez. Scott Rogers. Chris Roman. Eric Ropiak. Ryan Rose. Sanaya Rose. Mariel Ross. Julia Roth. Nicholas Rolls. Arnav Roy. Cody Rubner. Anastasia Rudolph. Corey Ryder. Kelsey Ryder. Isabella Sabby. Sydney Sachs. Sepriya Sagarachu. Alan Samantha. Kyla Sandok. Robert Sassna. Dan Savello. Isabel Savanor. Stephanie Shalego. Samantha Shinna. Ross Schulman. Carolyn Shutsky. Sarah Sarabian. John Shaffery. Anjan Shah. Colin Shanley. Varun Sharma. Austin Shaughnessy. Toby Shia. Benjamin Sheehan. Ethan Sherman. Keith Shields. Utkarsh Shukla. Amanda Sidwell. Andrew Siegert. Jonathan Silva. Teodoro Silva. Hannah Grace Symes. Corey Small. Ryan Small. Sarah Smith. Svetlana Snegor. Brian Summers. Michael Sue. Caitlin Spangler. Adam Stewart. Kieran Stewart. Sophia Suarez Friedman. Varun Subramanyam. Michelle Serdan. Krupa Swaminathan. Andrew Sweet. Brianna Taylor. Sheena Tucker. Aaron Team. Christian Team. Zach Thorne. Anton Tikamarov. Rebecca Toporov. Richard Treat. Denali Trimble. Kaylee Underwood. Nicholas Yusoff. James Utt III. Johan Vernele. Mark Vichik. Abigail Walbridge. Christopher Walsh. Jamie Wang. Kevin Wang. Renjay Wang. Dakota Ward. Sam Watman. Natalie Watt. Elizabeth Whatcott. Rachel Whitney. Carly Weeder. Hannah Wiggins. Elizabeth Williams. Laurel Wills. Thomas Wilson. Aaron Whitty. George Wren. Susan G. Kevin Zhang. Lucy Zhu. Ellen Yang. Davis Yao. Pujitha Yarabolu. Raymond Yost. Samuel Yuan. Doris Zhang. Henry Zhou. William Zhou. Joyce Zhu. Dean Zhou.
Members of the Acton Boxborough School Committee, all citizens of Acton and Boxborough, With the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, and furnished with all the appropriate documentation from Principal Callan, I hereby certify and attest that these 484 young people have, in fact, satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the Acton-Boxborough Regional High School as set forth in school committee policy. Therefore, I, Stephen Mills, Superintendent of Schools, on this date, Sunday, June 9th, 2013, after 6 snow days and 1 commencement postponement, recommend all of their names to you at this time for graduation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please excuse my back. Okay, this is a love letter, so listen up. Dear class of 2013, during all of the years that you attended Acton and Boxborough schools, you worked hard. Most of the time, you tried your best. You have parents and families who love and believe in you. You have teachers and administrators whose life vocation is dedicated to working with and for you. You have friends who have laughed with you, stood beside you, and supported you in good times and bad. All of these people have given you their best. The result is that you have learned how to learn. You are a success, and we are all proud of you. After today, you will face a whole world of choices. You will define success based on your own experiences, and you will work towards it throughout your entire life. There are many definitions of success and many ways to measure it. I would like to add one more for you to consider as you leave us tonight. The following quote from David Orr rings true for me, and I wanted to share it with you. The plain fact is that the world does not need more successful people, but it does desperately need more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of every kind. It needs people who live well in their places. It needs people of moral courage willing to join the fight to make the world more habitable and humane. These qualities may have little to do with success as our culture defines it, but definitions can change. It's your turn now. As individuals, you will leave Acton and Boxborough and find your way. Please keep a few simple things in mind. Keep learning. Be kind. Say please, thank you, and I'm sorry, and really mean it. Forgive people. You've had a good place to grow up. You have a good foundation. Those of us left behind, your parents, family, neighbors, and teachers. My place. Wish you well. We hope your dreams come true. We hope you live well in your place. We hope your definition of success always includes thoughtful compassion. May you love, and may you always be loved.